Athena was a young goddess fresh out of Zeus's forehead, her dad sent her to live with the nymphs of Lake Tritonis in Libya on the North African coast. You'll like them, Zeus promised. They're warlike women just like you. They might even teach you a few combat tricks. I doubt that, Athena said. Why are you sending me away? Zeus tried for a smile, which wasn't easy since his forehead still hurt. Look, my little war muffin, don't call me that. You've been stuck inside my guts your whole life, Zeus said. This'll give you a chance to learn about the wide world, and it'll give the other Olympians time to get used to the idea of you being on the gods' council. Honestly, you're a little intimidating to them. You're smart and powerful. She loved it there, just as Zeus had predicted. The nymphs of Lake Tritonis were excellent fighters and athletes. Maybe because they lived in such a harsh environment, Athena learned all sorts of super secret ninja nymph combat techniques. The nymphs thought Athena was the best thing since sliced ambrosia. Her dearest friend was Pallas, the only nymph who could occasionally beat Athena in hand-to-hand combat. They shared the same taste in armor and weapons. They had the same sense of humor. They thought so much alike they could finish each other's sentences. In no time, they became BFFs. One day, Athena and Pallas were sparring by the lakeside when Zeus happened to look down from the sky to see how Athena was doing. Zeus was shocked. Athena and Pallas fought with such speed and intensity, Zeus couldn't believe it was mock combat. Athena looked like she was about to be killed. And yeah, I know she was immortal, so she couldn't actually be killed, but Zeus was an overprotective dad. In the heat of the moment, he forgot. Pallas thrust her javelin at Athena's chest, and Zeus overreacted. He appeared in the sky right behind Athena and held up Aegis, which he was keeping at the time, so Pallas couldn't help but see it. The bronze face of Medusa startled the nymph. Athena knocked aside her friend's javelin and counterattacked, stabbing her spear right at Pallas' gut. Normally, Pallas wouldn't have no trouble dodging. Athena expected Pallas to move. This time, Pallas was too slow. Athena's spear went straight through the nymph's stomach and out the other side. Pallas crumbled to the ground. Nymphs are magical creatures. They can live a long time and withstand a lot, maybe even the sight of Medusa. But they aren't immortal. If you impale a nymph with a spear, she will die. Pallas died. Athena fell to her knees, sobbing in shock and horror. She cradled her friend's lifeless body and glared at Zeus, still hovering in the air with the Aegis. Dad! Athena screamed. Why? Looking in her daughter's stormy gray eyes, Zeus felt almost as scared as he had when he faced the giant Typhus. I thought I didn't. Oops. Disappeared and fled back to Olympus. Athena was miserable in her grief. Her friend's body dissolved back into waters of Lake Tritonis, the way water nymphs often do. But Athena decided to honor Pallas with a sacred monument. The goddess built a wooden replica of Pallas and painted it with such skill that it looked almost lifelike. Then Athena cut off a small section of the Aegis cloak, which was being god-sized, was pretty huge, and draped it over the shoulders of the replicated Pallas. The statue became an important artifact. Eventually, it ended up in the city of Troy, where it stood in a special shrine called the Palladium, which meaning the place of Pallas, where women could go there and claim sanctuary from Athena. No one would be allowed to harm them. Men, on the other hand, weren't even allowed to look at the statue. The punishment for doing so was death. The statue of Pallas looked so much like Athena, people began to call it the Pallas Athena. People often got it confused and started calling the goddess Pallas Athena. Athena was fine with that. In a way, by taking her friend's name, the goddess was keeping Pallas' memory alive. Feel free to call her Pallas Athena, but don't ask her if you can book a room at Pallas Athena. I can tell you from personal experience, she doesn't think that's funny. It's an excerpt from Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, written by Rick Riordan and illustrated by John Rook.